From collecting and grading, flipping and investing, AI is already in the Pokemon TCG. AI is embedded in your favorite apps, giving real-time updates. And it's only a matter of time before all grading companies incorporate AI into their SOPs. The content space is already preparing for an even greater rise with AI. YouTube even recently announced its initiative to combat AI content. With AI inevitably becoming part of daily life, what is that going to mean for the Pokemon hobby? We're going to take a look at a couple areas within the Pokemon TCG hobby and see how AI will enhance it or possibly ruin it. And don't forget to leave your comments down below once you've watched the video and give your opinion on how AI may possibly affect the Pokemon TCG hobby forever. Let's start with the collecting side of the hobby, because whether you know it or not, apps like Collector, TCG Player, even alts are already using algorithms powered by AI to give you real-time updates, price breakdowns, sales tracking on all your favorite cards and products. Tools like computer vision AI allow you to scan cards so you can break down the sets, the price on that card, and even give you grading information on that possible card at this point. But what is computer vision AI? Basically, it allows a computer or the system within that computer to look at an item and give you detailed information on exactly what it's seeing. It might not sound amazing, groundbreaking, but the fact that a computer can, in a way, think and give you information on whatever it's looking at is pretty astounding and something that just wasn't a thing just a few years ago. And with a booming market like we have right now, gaining even a slight edge on whether or not a card may get a PSA 9 or a PSA 10 is a pretty big deal. And for collectors themselves, this cuts back a lot of time, whether you used to enter in your card manually, whereas now you can scan it in and get instant information. You can instantly have it in your portfolio of cards, you know, and not waste 10 to 15 minutes on a stack of cards, even more, and now you can do it in a matter of seconds. Sites like TCG Player and Pokélector already use machine learning to give you updates on pricing, give you sales data, give you trends on a specific card to help you better understand the Pokemon market as a whole. And while machine learning isn't exactly AI, it is a stepping stone to what can and probably will be fully AI or maybe even AGI at some point. AI is constantly taking in a huge amount of data and putting it into new and better algorithms literally daily, literally by the second as we speak right now. Sales data, tracking information that used to take weeks, months, possibly even years is now being broken down in a matter of minutes, hours, or days. What are some of the pros and cons to this? AI is definitely making tracking your collection a lot easier and a lot more organized, which is the great thing for new collectors, because sometimes all this information at once can become very overwhelming. But on the other side, it could become too efficient. It could become too dull, too mundane, and the joy of collecting and figuring things out on your own kind of gets lost. The nostalgia, the humanity within it can kind of get lost. And I might be talking like this is something from iRobot.
Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece? Can you?
And it's just Pokemon cards. But even so, AI is going to be quickly and inevitably becoming even a greater parts of this hobby in particular. AI can even be used to combat bots. And I think we're still learning how to do that, Pokemon Company. But as information gets better, as the technology gets better, we'll be better with that. AI is making collecting faster and more accurate. I personally think that we are in the honeymoon phase of AI when it comes to it being embedded in the Pokemon TCG. It's making collecting a lot easier, tracking a lot easier, giving sales data quicker, and it gives you more information, easier information to access. And that's really good for new collectors. But I did say that we are only in the honeymoon stage. Real-time price updates, sales tracking, and even apps' ease of use is leading to one thing. And that one thing probably will have a huge effect on collecting, investing, just the Pokemon TCG as a whole. Quick story/example to set up the next part of the video. If you've ever seen the movie Moneyball, which follows the Oakland Athletics, a Major League Baseball team here in America, it goes over a season in which they had a very low budget to compete against other Major League teams. So what did they do? They hired an Ivy League data analyst to help construct a cheap yet good Major League team based on data information from each different player. Now that pool of data from Moneyball that the Ivy League analysts went over is kind of like the data that we get from the TCG, whether it's sales, trends, tracking information, amounts of listings on that particular item. All that is data. And what does an analyst do with that data? they analyze it, they make algorithms to help project the possibility of something, to help project where this player could be, to help project what this card could be. But where does AI come into place? Well, AI is the data analyst. It's tracking this information. It's breaking it down. It's gathering even more information to make the algorithms even better. Even better to the point where it can possibly start projecting what a card will be, where it will be, how expensive the card will be. Predictive pricing. Now, unlike Moneyball, where a human data analyst can only work so much, can only work so hard, can only work so fast, AI is something that can work, and continue to work at an incredible pace. Some even think will work at thousands of times of human speed. When something's working that hard and getting that much information very quickly and running algorithms in order to make data even more accurate, there's gonna be a moment in time where that information gets so good that it's gonna be able to track the future performance of that card and where it'll be. And whether it's a slab, whether it's a single, or whether it's sealed product. And although predictive pricing isn't an actuality at the moment, that's where this is leading. Platforms like TCG Player, Alts, or Card Ladder all use machine learning to track this information, whether it be to track trends, price anomalies, or even their pricing guides. Now, since eBay has acquired TCG Player, not too long ago actually, they have invested a ton of money into AI. And at the moment, huge companies like that don't release the best AI to the consumer. They keep it for themselves. So one could imagine that they might be testing some sort of predictive modeling internally at the moment. Another smaller platform that isn't necessarily geared only to Pokemon is Price Hedger. Heavily driven by data and actually is currently exploring predictive pricing. People could already use ChatGPT to give them some sort of understanding on what a card's projection will be. Now, that information might not be 100% accurate at the moment, but it's a stepping stone to what it could be. And like I said, we're only in the honeymoon stage of AI. It's only gonna get crazier from here. Now, when it comes to the possibility of price predicting, that to me is going to be a turning point with both collecting, investing, whatever you want to be in this hobby. It's going to have a major impact. Knowing what a card is going to perform at will make that card so valuable and even pump the market more. If you thought price manipulation at the moment is insane, wait till something like that becomes available. How do we combat that? Probably with other forms of AI. What that looks like at the moment, I don't know. But it seems to me, after reviewing all the different companies, all the different data that they amount, that's what they want to be at. That's where they want to go, because they will have a huge control on a lot of the markets, not just in Pokemon, but across so many different hobbies. Different variables like recent sales, listings, popularity, even playability will all factor into what may be some sort of price predicting model. We haven't even touched what AI could mean and probably will mean in the future of grading. With companies like Tag already going fully automated with their grading processes, it's only a matter of time before PSA incorporates more and more AI into every step of their process. Same thing with BGS, same thing with CGC, and any other grading company out there. And before you're like, oh no, they won't do that because, they need a real person in there. Well, at the end of the day, they are all companies. And what do companies value the most? Hard work, employees, or money? It's an unfortunate reality, but it's a reality that's maybe coming to this space a lot quicker than we think. When it comes to content, for all my other fellow content creators out there, we already know that AI is embedded from everything to our editing software, to what we can put out on camera, to even voiceovers. Whatever makes your life easier is more available to the average content creator, where something that used to take a whole team can now be done very simply by one individual using the power of AI. You can cut your videos automatically, which I will be doing for this video. You can make short form content from long form content much quicker now as well. We can generate captions. We can have automatic voiceovers, so many different areas within the space that we barely scratched the surface on. Now, I did say earlier that YouTube's already put in place measures to help combat AI content and not letting those content creators behind that get monetized, which I think is an amazing thing, a great win for other content creators that are making content genuinely by them. But as AI gets better, so will that technology, to make it harder and harder to determine what is AI and what is real. And within a space like Pokemon, what drew me here and made me want to stay here was the community surrounding it. Whether I'm doing a live stream, whether I'm creating a video, I love the fact that people can voice their own opinions. Positive, negative, hey, it's your opinion to have. I could think that you're wrong, but you know you have your opinion and you're able to voice it. With everything becoming too optimized and possibly too predictable, does the fun leave the hobby? Or do we choose to engage more and more with our favorite content creators that are always there and putting out great content? That's up to us, I guess. I like to treat AI as a tool that you can use within the space. So you can either list cards, track data, track your collection, just track any type of information that you may seem necessary for yourself. If it can help more and more people enjoy the hobby and come into the space with a greater understanding of it, I think that's an amazing thing. But when it begins to replace the human aspect of things, or you are only looking at numbers and no longer in love with the hobby, that's when it becomes a problem. Guys, please let me know in the comment section down below after watching this video what you think AI can and will be in the future in respects to the Pokemon TCG. Now, I understand in the grand scheme of things, this is just a tiny section of what AI will be worldwide, but with Pokemon being the largest IP in the world, I think it's something worth mentioning and worth talking about. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.